As stupid as it sounds, some of my best gaming moments ever have come from minigames. Hours of my university life were spent hammering the 5-in-a-row minigame challenge in the Dreamcast version of Samba de Amigo without maracas, ridiculously. And I once spent an entire afternoon with friends, the same friends in fact, feverishly competing over the left and right jumping girl minigame in the Peerless Bishy Bashy Special.
Ready, go!
I actually bonded with someone at work once over the ski jump minigame in WarioWare Twisted. When minigames are good, they take on their own life. They're not really mini anymore. They're fiendishly compelling and competitive. That's why I was excited, perhaps against my better judgment, for 1-2 Switch, knowing that offline multiplayer on Switch was instantly available out of the box, pretty much the first console where that is the case, and with my now permanent living co-op partner on hand whenever I need, in my 5-year-old son Elliot, it seemed like a perfect second launch game to grab alongside Breath of the Wild. And God knows I've persisted. I've looked for the bright spots in 1-2 Switch, but they are few and far between. 28 games come on the cartridge, and only a handful are worth a damn. Stuff like Runway and Dance Pose Battle, or whatever it's called. They're fun with a 5-year-old, but you could feasibly play them without a console. They're just fun things to do. But games like Quick Draw and its amusing cousin Fake Draw, which probably should all have been wrapped into one game, Samurai Training, Telephone and Milk, they have potential. And the whole idea with the 1-2 Switch is that you are staring into your opponent's eyes rather than at the screen, and that the real pleasure comes from the psychological fake-outs and pressure rather than direct skill. Conceptually it's great, really. The games are largely played with audio and rumble cues. There's that great story, I don't know if you read it, about a woman playing with her blind husband, and it's a testament to how clever certain parts are. And there's even games like table tennis and baseball that work surprisingly well without any graphics to speak of. You do feel like you're playing just with sound, and it works. Nintendo's actually set a precedent with this before, actually. The Game Boy Micro Curio Sound Voyager did similar things with sound, so it's not the first time that the company has tried different things. Yet it's hard to escape that with table tennis and with baseball, the feeling that Wii Sports did this stuff with graphics a decade ago, and that game is better in every way. Admittedly, 1-2 Switch does highlight some of the cool tech in the Joy-Cons. The HD rumble is amazing, although largely useless. Yes, you can feel how many balls are in your hand, although it always seems to be 2, and that's not a terrible crude joke. And the gyros and sensors all work very well, and yes, you can feel the plate spinning and it scratches. I mean, it's cool. But there's just so many serious structural problems to 1-2 Switch that rob the experience of its potential, and it seems silly to talk about structural problems in a minigame collection, but it's true. It's how these things gel together. Even with stuff like Quick Draw and Telephone, they're over so quickly and it takes ages to get back into the game, so there's no way of linking one game to another. There's no rush mode. There's no real sense that you're ever going to get that tension that you want from a great competitive minigame. And the bad ones, of which there are many, they're just crap. Probably the saddest thing about 1-2 Switch, though, apart from the price, which is outrageous, is that it's probably the last game I'd actually show someone if I wanted to show off the Switch. It's a novelty. It's fun in parts and it's a laugh with drinks and the right mindset, but it's all implemented poorly and seemingly antithetically to good fun. It reminds me of the ill-fated Let's Tap on Wii, a nice idea, I guess, but insipid in real life. Even the games that aren't technically questionable. I mean, are you really telling me that the system can accurately identify where my hands are posing the Joy-Cons? Not sure. I guess with a few updates there could be life here on 1-2 Switch, but as it is, at the price it is, it's just impossible to recommend. I mean, the real test will come when I do find myself in a situation with a lot of people who like games, because I wouldn't bring this to a party with people who don't like games, and there's a lot of booze, and I'd still be amazed, even in that situation, if it lasted longer than 20-30 minutes. I wrote a tweet about 1-2 Switch after playing it the other day. 95% bollocks. And I don't think I can sum it up any better, really. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you like the idea of a video games channel that does in-depth reviews and talks about gaming from an industry and journalistic perspective, as well as celebrating the beauty and art that is video games, then please do think about subscribing to the channel. I've been Jon Denton, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace!